We gotta share this world with people who don't always have the brightest ideas around. From idiots and fire to less than smart people with vehicles, these people make us shake our heads and make us laugh and sometimes cringe. These guys thought it'd be a good idea to park right in the driveway of a private residence. Not only do they park there, but they were drinking and playing loud music as well. Owner reached a point where he decided that he had enough. Some people really shouldn't just be pushed. Guess who probably learned their lesson the hard way. Anger can make people do dumb things. This driver has some kind of beef with the SUV parked next to the road. Not only does he ram the SUV once, but he comes back for more and totals his own car in the process. Well, I hope he feels better because his wallet won't be. The rider of this quad ATV is having the time of his life. Woo!
Look at that boy!
It's too bad he's probably going to have to expect a visit from the police very soon. That is, if an irate driver does not get to him first. Try saying singed hair a few times fast. This is what happens when you stand behind fireworks. Let's just hope singed hair and eyebrows are all that the launcher of these fireworks obtained from this experience. Wait for it. Okay, that is kind of funny. May not be a good idea during mating season. Maybe back up a bit. Oh, you're too late.
I'd throw it out there.
Yeah, I think he did that because you entered his space at the wrong time, lady. These fishermen are bored, so they decide to do something unusual, like feeding this wild seal. There is a reason it's not recommended that people feed wild animals. Of course, Gary the seal is an old hustler. He knows there's more fish where that one came from, and bingo, found the mother lode. Getting paint on your hands is not really that big of a deal. Getting it on your face, well, that's another story entirely. Riding through traffic with the wind in your hair and the feeling of freedom and adrenaline is really fantastic. Look at these guys moving in and out of New York traffic, though. I mean, really, what could possibly go wrong? Wait for it.
Hey, where did that car come from?
Group of boys are brim full of testosterone. Leader of their merry party decides to attack a presumed defenseless litter box minding its own business. The litter box, however, strikes back and ends the leader's bloodline on the spot with a well-placed shot to his, ooh. No wonder there was a sudden tsunami of that stuff. Rusty's training for admission to the armed forces. His aim is good, but his decision-making, not so much. His mother takes the full brunt of the training exercise, and Rusty learns the value of performing a hasty retreat. I foresee a summary trial for the young recruit.
Oh look, deep water. Let's drive through it with a totally not watertight car. What could possibly go wrong?
Hey, Cooter, that's our exit, right? I don't know. Let me just stop right in the middle of this busy highway across 2 lanes and think about it.
Yeah, that's our exit.
Truck drivers around here sure have no idea how to drive. This guy without a shirt is the local bully. He's busy with bully business when a black car rudely interrupts his important work. He does what any tough guy does and beats down on the front of the vehicle. Little does he know that there's probably a few people tougher than him, and one has just arrived. How to break your hand number 233. Hit an indestructible television with a bat with no shock absorbent ability whatsoever. This is how not to tear down a wall. Firstly, stare at one end and remove the supporting bricks by means of smashing them out little by little like Jenga. Secondly, keep going, despite it feeling all wrong. Thirdly, when you get to the last brick, smash it out, despite it clearly supporting the entire building. Lastly, try to avoid the building falling on your head. Repeat. Hey look, Charlie. Boss is parked at the bottom of this hill with his brand new car. Oh yeah, we just loosened this boulder here. Won't it roll down the hill and smash into the boss's car? Of course not. I had math at school. According to my calculations, it'll miss this car by 20 feet. Where did you graduate? Florida. When you got an object lying on top of an old asbestos roof, the best way to retrieve it is with a stick. That's it. Nice and easy does it. And, whatever you do, don't make any sudden moves and try not to panic. Alright, which part of no sudden moves did you not get? So whatever you do, do not ever light massive flames under smoke and fire detecting sprinkler systems. Why not? Take a wild guess. After 2 years of intensive training, George was finally able to take his final practical exam. Better luck next time, George. In the following video, a local from a nearby town shows us what he thinks of the town name. Coincidentally, that's also how one goes about obtaining a hefty fine in the ire of an entire town. Time for some fun! What happens when you're playing piano for a room full of people, and the sheet music gets eaten by the piano? Well, you keep on playing and improvising, and playing and improvising. Oh hey, the piano spits it back out. Carry on as normal. Ooh, that was a lucky break, buddy. When it says highly flammable on the packaging, it probably means you better be careful. Yep. Here we got a group of men showing us the best way to launch idiots into the air. Wait, what do you mean launch into the air? There's a wall and it's gonna fall forward? Yeah, but the floorboards are long, solid levers. This is what happens when you try to lift the equivalent of an elephant bull in weights without having breakfast. Its part is easy. The intense concentration, the focus, and the accompanying grunts are all part of the buildup. The part not everyone manages is the passing out on top of the weights. I am glad he's okay, though. This one actually needs no explanation. We'll allow the subject of our video to explain what happened. Yeah, that's kind of what we thought would happen. Gloria has added something which makes her more bouncy than usual. We see her testing out the bounciness of her motorcycle shocks and what could possibly go wrong in the middle of moving traffic. In all fairness, the other motorcyclist should have seen that coming a mile away. Okay, this is something that made us shake our collective heads in the studio. Not what to do in a situation like this.
Back up, we gotta back up.
So, driving slowly in front of a bus on a bicycle ain't the best choice you can make, even if you do look like a professional cyclist. Eventually, that bus is gonna win. Oh, this is a good one. First, we have professionals show us how to do it. Then we see how the dummy community does it. With this video, we're more impressed than shocked. Take a look and tell us what you think in the comments. Yeah, the jury may still be out on that one. You should enjoy this. Some dude on a motorbike decides to hold up traffic by riding in front of moving vehicles. What happened next made us think of the word karma. Meanwhile, in Florida, or someplace similar... Yeah, good luck explaining that to the insurance people. When sliding down the sidewall on a set of stairs, you'll eventually hit the massive streetlight protruding straight out of the part you're sliding on. I think it's like Newton's 12th law of idiocy or something. Meanwhile, this girl begins to cross the road. Everything looks perfectly fine. And all of a sudden, a magnetic truck pulls her straight towards it and tries to eat her bike. Fortunately, these trucks do not eat girls. Unfortunately, her bike is done for. Imagine riding in a cycling event like the Tour de France, which is watched by millions of people live. Imagine that you're wearing a red jersey and yellow cycling helmet. Imagine that you're stupid enough to try to ride on the dirt, grass, and mud on the side of the road. Funny skills lesson number 195. How to swallow a champagne cork. Firstly, shake the champagne. Secondly, put the cork part in your mouth. Now wait. How do you know when someone's from Florida? Take a wild guess. This is how to indicate that you're about to crash your truck and then follow that up by crashing your truck. Start by showing the cars next to you your middle finger and smile widely because you may be on video. For best results, do not watch that road in front of you. Simply let physics do its thing. Is that good for you as well? Pretty amazing how nature uses pain to teach us what not to do in life, right? Take this video for example. A group of kids think it's a great idea to hang on to a spinning ring in a park. The centrifugal force picks up the smart kids and they let go. Scooter seems to get around. This woman's driving along on a highway. Everything's going fine until a slow-moving car is right in front of her. She has no option but to swing out and is fortunate to have this all end well. What happens when you go out in a thunderstorm and hold onto a fishing rod pointing up towards the sky? I'm pretty sure we all saw that coming. Yeah, so, guess what happens when you mix idiots, alcohol, and fire? Wait for it. The situation steadily progresses to the point where we just can't bear to watch anymore. Think you can predict what's about to happen here? A slow-moving truck with a heavy load of logs and flat sides decides to enter a fast-moving river. Will it make it or will it wash away? Yeah, fortunately this one did have a good ending to it. Call of the open road and the promise of adrenaline is what is developing into an entertaining moment in this clip. A motorcycle rider decides to race a Porsche. Someone should have told him that unrestricted acceleration was not the way to go. I think he gets it now. This starts as a normal day at some cycling race in a country where they speak a language other than English. Videos taken by a spectator at the finish line with cyclists approaching the finish line at high speed. Out of nowhere, a woman decides that crossing the path of a speeding cyclist without looking is not a terrible idea. Ooh, that really had to hurt. In this clip, some guy decides that the radiator cap has to be removed now while steam is already escaping under high pressure. Personally, dumb decision. Many videos doing the rounds of dummies jumping into pools or around pools, and they tend to end badly. First dude jumps into the pool without issue. Then when the second guy attempts, he simply falls off the wall. This guy did what so many of us would have wanted to do. Touch a bald head. The only problem is, do not do it, and especially don't do it to police officers. Some people ain't gonna learn. When you have a really low car and there's deep water ahead, don't drive through the water. Unless you're really rich, of course. This man's walking along a warehouse with a lot of confidence. Suddenly decides to throttle a rack of shelves to his left. The shelves don't take lightly to this and decide to perform a full Nelson wrestling move on the poor man. Wonder who has to clean all that up. This all starts quite normally. Proud dog owner decides to take his canine companions outside for some fresh air.
Hey, come here, dog.
Ooh, could have gone much worse. What is it with idiots and fire? This one's ready to launch a firework, but it ignites in her face. She moved it away from her face, but it pointed down. Realizing her mistake, she points it up and the exhaust is right in her face again. Oh, this one's good. Harold has seen people stand up and perform tricks on their bikes. Starts off doing quite well, but they forgot to mention one thing. When you fall off, there's no way to stop your bike. Last we heard, his bike was close to the Mexican border. See you all next time.